This morning, we're meeting with Brent Fields, CEO of Big Brothers Big Sisters of Central Texas. Brent, thanks for taking the time to meet with us this morning and tell us a little bit about the agency and its work here in Central Texas.
Yeah, I'm glad to do so, and this is great timing for this kind of conversation.
Tell me a little bit about yourself and your background and what brought you to Big Brothers Big Sisters.
Yeah. So I became the CEO here at the agency back in August of 2008. So it's been a little bit over 9 years, and truly the best years of my life professionally. I can't think of a more challenging and rewarding experience that I've had in my professional life. A nonprofit consulting colleague of mine knew about the search for a new CEO and said, I think that would be a great fit for you. And I didn't take it seriously for, I don't know, some time. He kept bringing it up, and I said, yeah, I'll look into it. And I think part of that hesitancy had to do with how little I knew about the mission and the impact. I was pleasantly surprised by all the focus on education, the outcomes, the scholarship program, and I was hooked. It really captured my interest and attention. And then as I began to talk to people at the agency, the search committee, I learned that they were working on a vision of who they wanted to be in the next 10 years. And that was really what sealed the deal for me.
What was the agency trying to achieve at that particular time?
Part of what I found when I came to the organization is one, tremendous passion. Everyone that I spoke with, staff, board members, donors, had such a loyalty and just really endeared to the organization. And that's always a good thing to see when you're coming in. I think the other thing that I noticed is they had just come through a pretty aggressive growth period where nationally and locally there was lots of emphasis on fast and aggressive growth in terms of quantity. And so what I discovered when I came was an agency that was a bit overextended, probably had more infrastructure than they could afford and sustain, and unfortunately an agency that was financially unstable.
And so what did you do at that time to make the changes that were needed?
I remember in my first couple of months, sat down individually with every single staff member, every single board member, to just get their take on the state of the organization and hear from them what they thought I ought to know and care about and pay attention to. And doing that early in my tenure, I think, served me very well in being able to quickly identify what should be our business and what was most urgent in terms of my role.
What is BBBS experiencing today?
So in almost every metric that you look at in terms of staff, board, infrastructure, performance, morale, our programmatic outcomes, it's really just an amazing transformation. And I would argue that that didn't happen overnight. We're having a banner year. We seem to be seeing every award and recognition and success we could imagine. But I think it's the cumulative effect not only of what's happened in the past 9 years of my tenure, but things that staff and donors and board members and supporters contributed in the past 45 years.
You've been recognized by the Austin Business Journal as the 2017 Nonprofit CEO of the Year, a very prestigious award and great recognition. What does this award mean to you?
It means a lot to me because I think for years now, a number of people have been trusting me, trusting our team, our vision that it was right and it was the smart direction for us to go. So I love that it allows so many of our supporters to feel they made the right investment and that we're a good return.
What is the opportunity ahead for the agency?
Well, and first of all, can we just say what a luxury to even be in a position where we can ask that question? You know, I think it's a very simple and a very critical challenge that we have, and it's quite frankly about funding. So we have the space for the first time ever. We have the staff. We have the program. We have the proven ability to make incredible impact, but we are literally at capacity in terms of our ability to serve more matches. And the only solution to that is to raise more funds so we can hire more staff, so we can serve more kids effectively. So to be able to go to the community and say, we're not asking you to help us fix a leaky roof, we're asking you to help take a great model of proven impact and offer it to 600 more kids who really deserve it and want it, and we're ready to offer that. We just need that capacity that the funding provides. I think some people have the opinion that we're rescuing these kids from inadequate parenting, or that we're the real heroes that are providing something that they've never seen. I would argue a whole different perception, which is we are partnering with amazing, courageous, competent families who are doing really great job, but could use some help. And so not all of our kids are in single parent homes, but most of them are. And not all of them are in poverty, but most of them are. But I think the common thread with all of them is they could use some extra help. And so I love an example that one of our big sisters mentioned to me years ago. As you know, our Bowl for Kids is kind of one of our signature events. And she said, I think bowling describes that partnership where we're trying to help kids, roll a strike. And it's kind of like when you go bowling and you have those bumper pads. So I think our mentoring program represents one of those bumper pads. But then you've got that parent or that guardian or that grandparent that is the other bumper pad. And together we increase their chances of success. But it is very much a partnership. And what an honor that families trust us enough to invite us into their lives and be part of that very critical process of providing support to these amazing kids.